Wisdom says I'm nothing, but love says that I'm everything. And it's between those two that my life unfolds.
Thank you for joining me today on Qigong Yoga. Today we'll be practicing Qigong-esque mixed with yoga type flow. Welcome if you're new to the channel, and welcome back if you were returning. Props you'll need today, it's just one block if needed. We'll be doing some kneeling positions and seated with the block, and to help assist you in any of the other poses, meet you where you're at and your mat. And with that, we'll get started in the kneeling position. Again, thank you for joining me, and thank you for showing up for yourself today. I am doing the same by practicing yoga, guiding through this class. Starting in our kneeling position. If this is too much, you can come to a comfortable seated position as well. Either feet against the mat, just resting against your heels. We're going to bring a block into your seats. Come up onto a block. Give yourself a little height. Begin to practice the grounding, letting our minds ground, meeting this moment, moving our bodies. Come into this moment. Taking deep inhales through your nostrils, as if you were bringing your breath up from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head, exhaling, reversing the sensation of breath. Inhaling, exhaling, with our inhales as if we're breathing in through the back of our heart, letting that encapsulate over the top of our heads. Exhaling, letting that circulate towards the front of our bodies, back down to our center, our core, down to our feet. If your mind drifts away from your breath, you're not judging, you're not shunning, just recognizing that our mind has noticed something else in our senses, and bringing that attention back to our breath. With your next inhale, inhaling deeply and letting that exhale come out through your mouth, taking a sigh. Here, you can come out of your kneeling position, use your block, and just move that off to the side. And meet up into standing Tadasana. You can have your feet hips width apart. You bring your feet close together, your toes touch, but there's still a gap between your heels. Letting your shoulders relax. It's like tucking your chin as your head lifts towards the sky. Still keeping your focus on your breath as you hold this posture. I'm going to begin the movement from Qigong. Palms face up about your pelvic area. On your inhale, and slowly lift your hands up to your sternum, matching the pace of your breath, rotating your hands, and with your exhale, folding your hands back down. Slight movement of your palms outward. Here, making sure not to lock your knees. Letting your tailbone, as if you were tucking that down towards the ground, as if you're being pulled by a string upwards in your head, so your lower body is grounded, strong foundation. Your upper body is floating towards the sky. Next inhale, hands raise up towards the heart, so sternum. Exhaling, folding your hands back down. Inhaling, palms towards the sky. Full breath. Exhale, hands come back down. From here, lifting our hands out towards the sides, reaching towards the sky. Coming into half sun salutations. Coming into a forward fold as we exhale. Inhale as we halfway lift. Exhaling. Inhale, slowly rolling out with your spine, raising our hands towards the sky. Exhaling, hands come back down to our sides. Inhaling, reaching our hands up. Stretching to our side bodies. As we forward fold, we exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling back to our forward fold. Slowly rolling out of our spine. Still having a slight bend in your knees. Inhale as we reach our hands up. Exhaling down. Inhaling our hands back up toward the sky once more. We exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. From here, we're going to go ahead and step our left foot back. You can have your hands planted. Bringing that knee towards the ground on your left side. Having your hips equal, side to side. Just coming into a low lunge. Have your hand on your knee. You can come a bit more forward if that feels comfortable in your hips, your thighs. From here, lifting our arms towards the sky. Taking a deep breath. As we exhale, we'll plant our hands. Go ahead and tuck your back left foot. From here, keeping your heels straight back, hips still are in line. You're going to ground into this front right leg, keeping your thighs strong. Using your core, reaching your arms back. Chest is still forward, gaze is still forward, keeping a drishti to top your mat. Coming up into a crescent lunge. As you inhale, holding this pose, and with our exhale, tucking our chest onto our thigh, Inhaling, lifting. Back into this lunge. Inhaling, hands towards the sky. Exhaling. Inhaling. And as we exhale, we're bringing our hands to our heart. Still staying strong in that front leg. Back heel is pushing towards the opposite way. As if we're scissoring our hips together. So we're not opening out too much. But we're drawing this left hip in alignment with the right as we push back through that foot. With our hands at our heart. Still keeping our legs in the position that they're in. On our inhale, and open our hands out to the sides, pushing out equally, not hiking our shoulders up. Exhaling, hands back to center. Inhaling. So we're creating like a circular motion. Exhaling. On our third go around, lifting our hands down, inhaling, hands towards the sky, and then coming into warrior two. Front right heel is lined up with our back left heel. Staying strong in our legs, opposite force, back left leg is pushing away. Coming down as much as comfortable. My legs are quivering from leg day at the gym. Relaxing our shoulders, our jaws, gaze is forward, arms are extended. Gaze will be over that front middle finger. On the next inhale, straightening that front right leg, lifting our hands towards the sky. Coming back into warrior two. Inhale, straightening that front right leg, hands lifted. Exhale, back into warrior two. One more inhale. Exhaling to warrior two. From here, taking our back left arm, rotating that down. Grabbing this front right arm, making sure that our legs are still holding strong in that warrior two position. As we do reverse warrior, we're using this left hand as leverage to pull our right side body from that hip back, getting a deep stretch. Staying strong in those legs. Coming out, back into warrior two. Straightening that front right leg. If you need to, come into triangle pose. You can kick that back left leg in a bit. Angle your toes a bit more towards the top of your mat. So staying as if we were a pane of glass straight. Letting that back left hip kick back as our right arm reaches forward. Reaching as we drop down towards the ground. You can have your hand on the inside of your foot. You can rest your hand on your front of your shin, your foot itself, or come up to a block at any height that it feels appropriate for you. Hips still relatively in alignment, similar to our warrior two, but we're letting our belly button rotate towards the side. Hands are extending away from each other. This hand is being pulled towards the ground, and and our left hand is extended, lifting away from us. Gaze can be wherever feels comfortable, towards the side, towards the ground, or up, towards your extended hand. From here, putting a slight bend in that front knee. You can bring your gaze towards the ground for help with balance. We're going to come into a half moon. You can use your blocks here. Keep a slight bend in this front right knee so you're not overextending or hyperextending. Back left leg will be pushing the opposite direction still. Arms are keeping the same motion as well. Your right hand is grounding. Your left hand lifting towards the sky. Again, gaze can be where it feels comfortable. And our next inhale, bending into that right knee, letting that back foot come back. Back into warrior two for one breath. Straightening back into that front right leg. Rotating your right toes towards the edges of our mat. We're gonna come and bring our hands, clasp them behind our back. Letting our shoulders open, collarbones spread wide. Pulling our chest through. Letting our heart shine, our hands down. From here, again, you can have a slight bend in your knees and then your forward folds to help any tightness in your back. Using a strong core, lifting ourselves down. Coming into a forward fold with a deep shoulder stretch. Shoulders hold so much tension. We're letting go of the weight of our head. With this inversion, your side split can be as wide as it feels comfortable. Turning our focus to our breath. Letting the weight of our neck and our head go. Letting our hands come down. Getting our gaze under our mat. Palms flat towards the ground. Coming up into a halfway lift. Forward fold. Return to the top of our mat. Planting our hands firmly on each side of our foot, stepping our right foot back. We're gonna go into 3 yogi push-ups, essentially just a tricep push-up. So our elbows will be rotating forward, hands planted firmly, fingers spread wide, as if you could fit marbles between your fingers. This is, we're rotating our elbows and letting them twist internally, tucking our triceps, our elbows into our sides of our body, coming into a half push-up. 1, 2, 3. From here, holding your plank, exhaling, coming into vinyasa of your choice. Come into a baby cobra, full cobra, or full upward dog. Tucking our toes, coming back into downward dog. Again, letting the weight of your head go. From hands in your laps. Seat torso back towards your thighs. Tailbone at the point, the peak of your downward dog pose. Letting your heels drop towards the ground. From here, inhaling, stepping or jumping towards the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Unfurling out of a forward fold. Hands to the sky, or to your sides. From here, keeping your left hand down, you bring our right arm towards the sky. On your inhale, and with your exhale, keeping your torso facing forward, letting your right arm circle, switching sides. Right arm stays down, left arm will lift, rotating mat. Coming in 2 more rounds. Inhaling as we lift our right arm, exhaling, letting that drop. Inhale, left arm, exhaling. Bring that around. 1 more round. We inhale our right arm. Let that come around. Finally, our left arm. Let that come over to the side. Turning back to Tadasana, taking a moment to recenter. Letting each thought pass by. We're not grasping. We're not reaching for the thoughts. Bringing our presence back to our bodies on this mat. Back to the breath, feeling our body. As we experience emotions, just observing. On our next inhales, lifting our hands towards the sky, come into a back bend. If you feel ready for that, dropping our hands, exhaling into our forward fold. Inhale as we halfway lift, tailbones reaching back, heads reaching forward, straight spine, strong core. Exhaling back into our forward fold. Stepping our right foot back. Drop that knee. Come up into a low lunge. Hands could be on that front knee. You can wiggle around if you need to. Use blocks here if necessary. As we settle into this lunge, lifting our hands, still keeping a strong posture in our lower body. Exhaling, hands planted towards the ground, tucking your back right foot. Coming up into a high lunge. Once we have our legs firmly grounded, and reach our hands back, palms towards the ground, not hiking our shoulders up into our neck. Opening, hands out to our sides. Tailbones reaching back, heads reaching forward. Coming up into a crescent lunge, we lift our hands towards the sky on the inhale. Exhale, tucking your chest down to your thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Back into our crescent lunge. Rotating our back foot. Coming into warrior two. Starting at your bottom with your legs. aligned, extending our arms, gazes forward. Taking that back right arm, as we pull that forward, grabbing our left wrist, legs stay in the same position they're at. We're not coming out of that bend and that front left knee quite yet. Feeling that burn. Coming to reverse, side stretch, warrior. Exhaling, returning back to our warrior two. Straightening that front left leg. Wiggling those back toes in just a little bit. Angling that foot slightly. Right hip hikes back as this left arm reaches forward. Reaching. And finding our placement of that bottom left hand. We open our chest towards the sky, towards the side, to the sky, belly buttons out, the right arm extends, here. Bring that extended arm. You can bring that on your hip. Get a little more intermediate to advanced. You can leave that hand up. Putting a bend in that front left knee. Coming up into our half moon. Same positioning with our torso. Bodies are still facing towards the sides of our mat. You could be up on a block with your bottom left hand if needed. Right foot is pushing firmly back behind us as if we're reaching into a wall. The more you push into that back extended leg, the more it's helping with our balance. Our proprioception is if we were still grounding even though we're in a balancing posture. Right hand is extended towards the sky. Putting a bend in that front knee, stepping back with the right. Back into a warrior two for the last time. Straightening into that front left knee. Rotating that left foot towards the side of our mat. This time, we're gonna put our palms as if we were tucking them into our back pockets. Together, still letting our chest open wide, shoulders not hiking up, hands are facing towards the ground, coming in a slight back bend, we let our heart towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Dropping into our forward fold. You can let your hands come down to your ankles. You can grab onto your toes. And simply keep your hands under your face, up on the blocks. Pull your hands through behind you. We're letting our heads invert, drop away from the normal flow of gravity. Let go. Pointing our hands under our gaze again. I'm going to go halfway lift. exhaling, bringing our hands, planting them towards the top of our mat, stepping that left foot back. 3 more yogi push-ups. Strong core, gaze forward, elbows tucked. Exhaling, plank. Inhaling, chaturanga. Exhaling, plank. Inhaling, chaturanga. Exhaling, plank. Holding your plank for 1 more breath. Still staying strong. Coming down slow into our vinyasa. Cobra pose. And meeting back into downward dog. Downward dog, reaching the right foot back, pulling that foot forward towards our knee, coming into pigeon pose. The more parallel this front foot is, the deeper the hip stretch. You bring that foot more like 45, 30 degree angle. Less stress on our knee. This is a hip stretch, not a knee stretch. Stay up on your palms. Use a block of support. Coming into about 50% effort. Deep held stretches. We're going to experience some discomfort, but we are not here to find pain. You let your body find the asana. Breathing into wherever you feel tension. Just open up more and drop down. Also still do this with blocks. And now we'll be planting our hands, tucking back left foot, bringing that right foot back. One more dog. Dropping the right foot, inhaling, lifting our left foot to the sky, and switching sides on our pigeon pose, bringing that knee up to your forearm. Coming onto that left seat, bringing that right foot around, coming into a Gomakasana. So left knee is bent on the bottom, right knee is bending over the top of that left. That's a lot to get into initially. You can come up onto your hands, crossing our knees over each other, and then sit back. It's not about this top leg necessarily coming down to our knee, but more the opening in our hips that we feel, and this internal rotation of our hips. Here, if this is just enough, stay here. If you're looking for a bit more, slowly finding your way into a forward fold. One last deep breath. Rise out of cow face pose. Switch the bend of our knees. Bringing that right knee onto the bottom. Crossing our left knee over the top. No two sides will be the same. It's okay if you can't go as deep on the opposite side. We have the dominant leg, we have the dominant side of our body, we might have injuries. If you're a human being that just walks, you feel tight in your hips. Begin to unfold out. Come into just one final last seated pose. And have your hand palms towards the ground. It's a grounding posture. And let your palms face up as a gesture of opening. Letting any urges or sensations of control or emotion release. Your attention in your breath. We're not controlling our breath here. Letting your breath breathe you fully. our sensation back to our bodies. With a tall seat, extending our hands down to the side, we're going to take one Om. Full breath, inhale. Exhale out through your mouth. On our next inhale, we're lifting our hands towards the sky, letting our palms meet in prayer as we pull down. Om. Let your hands meet your heart. Appreciate you showing up for yourself, finding your way to your mat, joining me in this wonderful practice today. Namaste.